Hey YouTube, I was on YouTube the other day and was checking out a couple things and came across a video of this previous client of mine being color analyzed by another color analyst on another color analysis YouTube channel. Using a different process than mine, but I wanted to just illustrate to you her results that were arrived at through my process, and they were basically completely opposite to what she was color analyzed to be by this other color analyst. And I wanted to share with you, a case study following my process because I think it really illustrates the importance of removing colored hair from any color analysis, because colored hair can really skew color analysis. So seasonal color analysis is based on natural coloring. And I also feel this case study is a great case study to illustrate that color analysis results don't change in your lifetime if you were color analyzed correctly in the first place. So stay tuned.
Or you don't have to, say that's a take your time. Front and your back to say why. Nothing can stop.
Hey everyone, I'm Carol Braley of carolbraley.com. It's been a while, YouTube, but I thought I would produce this video today. If you are on TikTok, please follow me on there. I've been producing most, if not all of my content for the last few months on TikTok and having great fun doing it. This video is going to be walking you through a very different look at perhaps a video you saw on another color analysis channel. I wanted to show you this look and this case study using my process because, again, like the intro said, I think it really highlights the importance of a seasonal color analysis focusing on your natural coloring and also showing that color analysis results really don't change in your lifetime if you were analyzed correctly in the first place. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the first step is I take a peek at somebody's eye pattern and make a hypothesis. At this stage, it truly is a hypothesis. I don't rule out color seasons based on an eye, but it is an educated guess here. So in this particular eye, it's a bit tricky, but there could be autumn in there. There could be some spring. Do I see obvious winter? No. Do I see summer? Possibly, because summer and spring can be easily confused when looking at an eye. So again, that gives you some insight into my eye pattern hypothesis. Then here is a picture of this person, in her post-puberty years, and I take in that this is her natural hair color, and it's warm. It's very warm, and I just want to pause here and say that back then, she likely would have been analyzed as in the warm family if she was color analyzed. And that doesn't change. The color strip comparisons that you're going to see as this video progresses will show this as well. So her hair was warm back then, so I'm thinking she is leaning warm. So entering, the next step where I look at the color strips, I'm really thinking I'll find she leans warm because her natural hair color in her post-puberty years around the age of 20 is warm. And, warm undertones don't change. You don't all of a sudden go cool because it's based on how your blood shades your skin and your internal biology and your genes. And so it just doesn't change in your lifetime. And so as we go through the color strips later in this video, you will see this. So moving on to the next picture, going back to the one you've seen earlier in this video, I just want to highlight then the importance of cutting out the unnatural hair color during this analysis. So in this next picture, you will see cool gray versus warm brown on this particular person, and her hair color has been stripped out because it is colored. And, once you get her hair color, out of the mix, her unnatural hair color, you can really see she has warm qualities to her skin. And so when you look at this cool gray versus warm brown, yes, the cool gray you may think, goes with her eyes, but it's disconnected from her skin. You're more inclined to look at that gray color surrounding her. Whereas in the brown, she lights up. You're more inclined to focus on her first, and the brown is most in harmony. So let's look at a cool red versus a warm red next, and you see similar sorts of things. She's much brighter and has life to her skin with that warm red. With the cool red on the left there, her skin's not as smooth as it is on the right. That cool red on the left is disconnected from her coloring. It's very much disconnected from her skin. And one last one, here's a cool pink versus a warm orange. Look at the disconnection with that cool pink. You're more inclined to focus on the cool pink before her. And there's this smoothing and brightness of the skin happening with the warm orange. So this person leans warm, and I will say that other color analyst video indicates that she felt that she leaned cool, and that is just not possible using my process. And here is an autumn orange on the left versus a spring peach on the right. And that autumn orange isn't bad, but the spring peach is better because the autumn orange is a little bit too heavy. It's overwhelming her. You're more inclined to focus on the autumn orange before her, whereas on the right there, she's got more power. There's more connection with the spring. And then one last one here is autumn green on the left versus a spring green on the right. She's so much brighter with that spring green, while the autumn green on the left isn't that bad. When we sit back and look at what's better, where we more inclined to focus on her first, this spring green, she's brighter. There's ever so slight disconnection with that color on the left, which is the autumn green. And so my analysis actually arrived at her being the palette between spring and autumn, which is warm spring. And so here is the palette that she arrived at. And then, so let's just take this one step further. So I used the Matrix hair color online changer app, and it may have done some things to her face, this app, in the after photo here, but just be aware of that, that there may have been some color filtering, I don't know, that the Matrix app does. But when you look purely at the cool hair color on the left, cool and deep hair color on her, she's got more life to her, more connection to her, and the hair color on the right. And so this hair color on the right is very similar to her hair color that she had in her post puberty years naturally. And so, I always say, you want to know your best or one of your best hair colors, pull out a picture of your natural hair color around the age of 20. And that's what we've in essence done here with the pictures on your screen with this particular person. And hopefully this shows you a new light that perhaps you haven't seen in a while on my channel, because I haven't been on here, to show you, the importance of taking colored hair out of the equation for a color analysis, and also show you that, here's a great example of someone who would have gone through my process, say, years ago, around the age of 20, I would have arrived at her as warm, and today I would have arrived at her as warm as well. She is a warm spring, and the color, hair color on the right there, along with the earring color, is just fantastic on her and adding to her sparkle. So have a great day.
Or you don't have to, say that's a front on your back.